Kylian Mbappe is no small name in the world of football. He's one of the players whose name sends a shiver down the spine of defenders, making them look like extras in his highlight reels. But lately, something's not clicking. This is the same guy who used to leave opponents in the dust and score goals like it was child's play. Now, the spark seems to be fading. Is it injuries, a change in his playing style, or maybe something happening behind the scenes? Fans are confused, critics are talking, and everyone is asking the same question. What on earth is going on with Mbappe? Let's get into it. Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid was supposed to be the next big chapter in his career. At PSG, he was a goal-scoring machine, consistently leading the attack, breaking records and delivering match-winning performances. His pace, quick feet and clinical finishing made him nearly unstoppable. So naturally, when he moved to Madrid, fans expected him to hit the ground running and tear up La Liga, but so far, it's been a different story. Instead of making an immediate impact, Mbappe has struggled to find his style of play. His sharp runs are still there, but the chances just aren't coming as easily, and when they do, his finishing has been less than clinical. It's almost like he's been handed a new puzzle to solve, and the pieces aren't fitting together as smoothly as expected. Why? Because, well, not everything just magically clicks overnight when you switch clubs, even if you're Mbappe. Looking at the numbers, it's clear that his goal contributions have dipped since his PSG days. While he was averaging over a goal every other game in France, his tally at Madrid is still catching up. It's a far cry from what fans were hoping for, but hey, maybe they forgot that even the best players sometimes need time to adjust to a new team, a new system, and style of play. His body language on the pitch isn't exactly radiating the same confidence either. He seems a bit more frustrated, maybe because he's realizing that the Madrid spotlight is a bit brighter than he thought. But let's be real, this is a minor bump in the road for a player of his caliber. He'll figure it out and the goals will start flowing. Or, maybe not, but let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Also, while Mbappe's goal-scoring form has taken a hit, let's not forget that injuries have also played their part. I mean, if you're not 100% physically, it's tough to be that unstoppable force we all know and love. And it's not like he hasn't had his share of niggling injuries since making the move to Madrid. We all remember how he limped off in a couple of matches because, of course, it's not just the pressure of being at Madrid, it's also the wear and tear of being one of the world's most explosive players. He's been dealing with some muscle issues, and we know how those pesky injuries can throw everything off. A pulled hamstring there, a tight calf there, and suddenly you're not able to accelerate like you used to. And those trademark runs that used to make defenders look like they were standing still now seem to take a bit more effort. Even when he's not fully injured, you can tell that he's not operating at his peak. The thing is, for players like Mbappe, injuries aren't just physical, they mess with their mental game too. Every time they feel that twinge, you wonder, is this it? Am I about to pull something again? That kind of mental weight can affect his confidence on the pitch, and it's clear that it's been bothering him. Sure, he's not making excuses, but when you used to be an untouchable and now you've got to carefully manage your body, it's a tough adjustment. But let's not get it twisted, Mbappe isn't the first player to struggle with injuries and find himself in a rough patch. The good news? He's young. His body's still capable of bouncing back, and we've seen flashes of the old Mbappe. Maybe it's just a matter of finding that sweet spot of fitness and form again. Will he overcome these fitness hurdles and return to his best? Let's watch and see. Alright, so if injuries aren't the whole story, then let's talk tactics. It's no secret that Real Madrid's playing style is a whole different play compared to PSG. At PSG, Mbappe was the main man. He had the freedom to roam, make those explosive runs, and wreak havoc on defenders. But at Madrid, things aren't quite as simple. With a more structured and collective approach, Mbappe's role in the team isn't as central as it was at PSG. He's now part of a bigger machine where the ball doesn't just get fed to him in space every time he makes a run. Madrid have a more tactical and disciplined approach with a focus on fluid team play. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's clear that Mbappe is still adjusting to a style that doesn't revolve solely around his speed and individual brilliance. This has led to some awkward moments on the field. You can see him try to make his usual darting runs, but the team's build-up isn't always fast enough to get him into the perfect position. Sometimes it looks like he's just waiting for the ball to come, but by the time it does, the opportunity is gone. It's not the free-flowing style he thrived in at PSG, and it's no wonder he's having a tough time setting in. But hey, maybe it's not all doom and gloom. Players do adapt to tactical changes, and we've seen flashes of Mbappe working with his teammates in Madrid. Talking about the people Mbappe is working with on the pitch, his teammates and coaches. At PSG, Mbappe had a solid chemistry with his teammates, especially with Neymar and Messi. The three of them formed a deadly attacking trio, with each player understanding where the others would be. making their link-up play look effortless. But now at Real Madrid, Mbappe is in a completely different environment, and let's just say, it's not all smooth sailing. For one, the team dynamics are different. Madrid have a much more tactical and disciplined system compared to PSG, where the focus was more on individual brilliance. Mbappe is now surrounded by new faces, and while there's no doubt that he has the talent to shine, forming that same kind of partnership takes time. Take Vinicius Jr. for example. He's also young, dynamic and fast, but their styles aren't always in sync. Mbappe likes to make those darting runs into space, but Vinicius tends to cut inside, looking for a shot on goal. The two players haven't quite figured out how to complement each other just yet, and this lack of chemistry is evident when they play together. And then there's the coach, Carlo Ancelotti. The veteran coach is known for his ability to work with big egos and create cohesive teams, but he can't just wave a magic wand and make things click. Ancelotti's system is built on balance and team effort, but Mbappe has often thrived in systems where he's the focal point. This shift is bound to cause some tension and confusion for Mbappe, who's used to having the freedom to make things happen on his own. Ancelotti's style might not always give him the space to operate freely, and that adjustment is no easy task. On top of that, Mbappe has to find his place in a team full of superstars. Madrid is a club with big personalities, players like Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr. and Luka Modric. These players have been the backbone of the team, and Mbappe isn't walking into a team where he can instantly be the standout star. There's competition for every spot, and for someone like Mbappe, used to being the main man, this new environment requires some humble adaptation. So is it any wonder that Mbappe isn't firing on all cylinders? The pressure of fitting in with new teammates, adjusting to a new style, and proving himself to a coach is a huge challenge. But hey, he's still young, talented, and determined. If he can figure out how to mesh with his new teammates and get Ancelotti's tactical demands just right, there's no doubt that he'll be finding his unique style of play with his teammates in Madrid. Now here's the million-dollar question. Is this just a rough patch, or are we witnessing the beginning of Mbappe's decline? It's easy to get caught up in the current struggles and assume it's the end of the road for the young superstar. After all, football fans have seen it happen before. Players hit a bump in the road and never quite find their rhythm again. But let's pump the brakes for a second. Mbappe is still ridiculously young, and the talent is undoubtedly there. The guy has already won World Cups, broken records and dominated the French league. So can we really say he's declining based on a few months of inconsistent form? Probably not. Everyone goes through dry spells, even the best. Think about the times Messi and Ronaldo have struggled or faced criticism. Did that mean their careers were over? Not by a long shot. What's more likely is that Mbappe is going through a phase of transition. The change in environment, the adjustment to new tactics, and the pressure of living up to a sky-high expectation. It's a lot for anyone to handle, no matter how talented. It's all part of the journey. So is Mbappe on the decline? Nah, not yet. He's just figuring things out in a new system with a new team and new coach. Give him time, and he'll likely be back with his explosive, match-winning self. Will it happen overnight? No, but just like with any other great player, patience is key. Let's wait and see if he can bounce back stronger than ever. Kylian Mbappe's journey at Real Madrid has been far from smooth sailing. With the weight of high expectations, a new tactical system, and off-field distractions, it's easy to see why things haven't quite clicked for him just yet. But let's not forget, he's still the same explosive talent who took the football world by storm, be it a rough patch or a sign of decline that remains to be seen. Mbappe has shown resilience in the past, and there's no reason to think he won't rise to the occasion again. Time will tell, and we're all here to watch how his story unfolds.